Hey guys, how y'all doing? How's everybody handling quarantine? I hope everybody's doing all right. We're doing pretty all right. Kids are going a little crazy, right? I've prepared for quarantine my whole life, I kind of feel like, right? I think a lot of us crafters have been saying that. I did go a little bit crazy because I wanted to go to a thrift store. I really enjoy going to thrift stores. I found one that was open, ran to the thrift store, first time in 2 months, and I've been pretty happy ever since. Pardon me. I don't know. My phone just popped up and said something, but I don't know. Anywho, today's video brought to you by my monster today. I'm a little random. Life's been crazy and my brain is going in a million different directions, so I do apologize for that in advance. Life updates are the garden's completely in. We're super excited about that. Ronnie's baseball season did get canceled completely. He's pretty bummed about that, but we will survive. And that's pretty much all that's been going on here, except for other lunacies going on, but we won't get into that. Yes, pretty girl. No, my Kindle's not charged. Can you close the door and go talk to your dad? Thank you. You can go wash your face. Okay. Dirty, dirty girl. She's been outside playing. Okay, so sorry about that interruption. Okay, so let's get on with the stitching, right? Because that's what we're here for, is the stitching. Okay, so what have I been working on? Those 3 projects, right? 3 projects for the scavenger hunt. But due to the scavenger hunt, which by the way, I think I really like this style of challenge better, where I know there's still a deadline, but it's like the full year. So I didn't cross stitch for 2 weeks because I was crocheting the blanket, and I felt no stress and no guilt for not getting stuff done. It was amazing. I love this group. But I did, are you guys ready? I got a page finish. I don't know what to do with all this fabric. It's just everywhere. I got a page finish on Simply Meant to Be. I am so excited. I did go ahead and start the next page, and I'm just super stoked. You gotta trust the pattern, right? Actually, up here, as you can see, it harshly changes color, and I was thinking that I had done something wrong, but now it just kind of looks like a swirl in the moon, which is kind of cool. But yeah, got a page finish. I think I still had 1,000 or more stitches to do left in it with the last time you saw it. So I got all that completed and put in. And speaking of this particular piece, and by the way, my husband's not too happy about this, but I think I will buy my own so I can stop using his. So my husband plays guitar, and I love when he will play while I am cross stitching. And he plays, but he tends to travel with his guitar. It kind of goes in the car with him. So the only time it's at home is when he spends long times at home. But anywho, me and my kids, I can't remember what but for some kind of holiday, we got him a guitar stand, and it's one of the half ones so that it could tuck out of the way for when he's gone. So he has little K-bows attached to it, just a little standard thing. Well, it sits right next to my cross stitching stuff because that's where he plays, is right next to me. Well, he's been gone. And I discovered that my 11 by 17 Q-snap and my floss box sits perfectly in his guitar stand, much to his dismay. Like I said, I think I'll have to buy myself one. I don't recall, it definitely wasn't over 20 bucks. I think it was actually under 15. So I think I'll just buy myself one and then give him back his guitar stand because it was a gift. But it does fit perfectly on there, and it keeps it up off the ground because I tend to keep this one close because I've been really enjoying working on it. Just kicked it up with my knee. I've been really enjoying working on it, so I tend to keep it close, and I always worry about spills. I'm kind of a messy person, and I'm a mess. And I have 4 kids. And so this keeps it just high enough up off the ground where if water spills or a drink spills, it's up off the ground and I don't have to worry about it. And it slides, so while I'm cleaning, I can just slide it and sweep underneath, and it's all good. So, if you want to, there's that idea. Okay. This is my next one. The beadings will continue. So I've got all the skull in, the actual bones. All I have left is his bandana here, and then I have to go through and do the back stitch. I did last night realize that I didn't finish doing the swirl up here for the bee, so I have to do that. And then this one will be done. So I'm super stoked about that. I love how he is turning out, but there is a lot of backstitch in his face. So backstitch and me will have to get along for a movie, I think. So got that one. Then I finally started working on Harry Potter. Now, me and White don't get along. Can you hear my daughter singing? It's kind of cute. Anyways, me and White, we just don't get along. And one of the pictures, Hadassah, can you please go talk to your dad? Thank you. So one of the pictures we had to take was a bridge. And at my mother-in-law's house, she's got this big, like, almost ditch draining thing in her backyard. And it's huge. It's like, I mean, you could fit me all the way down, and this ditch covers my head. So, I mean, we're talking a 6-foot down thing. And so my kids created a bridge to get across it, and that's where they wanted to take the picture. And so they are generally really good about being careful with my pieces. So they took my piece over, and Jax was holding it. And then my oldest son thought it would be really funny to tell him it was bear season and he needed to hurry up and get out of there. So he took off running and tripped and fell, and my Harry Potter piece went in the mud. Or not the mud, in the dirt. Thankfully, it wasn't mud. No mud. Please don't have a heart attack. It was not mud. It was dirt. And most of the dirt came off and we're fine, right? It's just a little bit of dirt. Except for this poor bishop, who's now really dirty. So I've already ripped these guys out. I don't even, like, at least twice. So I'm going to have to rip at least him out again. This guy's a little bit dirty, but he's not that bad. It looks bad on camera. I don't know why, and I might just rip him out too. Oh, see, it doesn't look as that bad. There we go. Going towards light. Actually, that bishop doesn't even look that bad going towards the light. But I'm going to have to rip that bishop out and redo the bishop. But I've decided I'm going to finish the page and then do him. And then, heavens forsakes, I am going to roll it up so those chess pieces don't get messed up again. Or either that, or I'm going to rip them out and do them in hot pink, because I'm about done with these chess pieces. And the white, which is weird because, like, this is white and I've had no problem. Hedwig is up here. I've had no problems. I don't know what is up with this set of chess pieces, but they are my nemesis right now. I am having a wicked hard time with them. So that happened, but I did get both these Quidditch players in, and I got this swirl in, and I started this owl over here. And again, white, no problems with it. Why these chess pieces are cursed, I have no idea, but they are cursed. And I did finish the letters here. So all I have left on this page is this owl, the car, and the chocolate frog. And this whole row will be done, and I can roll it up and get those chess pieces out of my head because I am done. And I do believe this is somewhere close, or like the next row is the middle. So I am close to the halfway point, if not right on it. I have to double check, but I'm getting close to the halfway point on this piece, and I am so excited. So got that done. I do need to go out and get more pictures taken. I have to go do a stoplight and a restaurant today. Okay, so I got those done, and then I did say that for 2 weeks I worked on a blanket. So this is my son's blanket. Oh, and it's too big to get into camera, but there it is. It's done. And he loves it. And that's what matters. And let me tell you, my hand hurts from crocheting this darn thing as fast as I did because I forgot about it. So he loves it. And it's done. Woot, woot. It's done. Okay. So that's all I've worked on. But I do have up in a haul. Okay. So the first piece of haul that I got, I think I've talked about it before. I'm pretty sure I have. So I am doing what I'm calling the heirloom piece for each of my kids. So the rest of the pieces, they end up in a thrift store, But one piece per kid is their heirloom piece, and those ones I will haunt them for if it ends up in a thrift store. So Hadassah's is Snow Queen, which is turning into Elsa. Jax is my Hade here, which is Jack Skellington and Sally, which is his favorite movie. happens to be one of mine. And then Ronald's is Lady of the Flag, because that kid, like, is an American boy all the way. Captain America, American, 4th of July is his favorite holiday, fireworks, baseball. He wants his room done as soon as we're going to eventually put an addition on the house to where he gets his own room, and he wants the whole thing done in Americana. So Lady of the Flag will be his, and I couldn't find anything for my Tiki, my crocodile. And then it was really bugging me. I've been looking for 2 years since I started this adventure, because I've had my Haid since maybe a few months into cross stitching. And I finally found what I would do for Tiki. How perfect is that? Sorry about whatever that's happening there. How cool is that? It is a Tilton's Crafts, and it's amazing. Now, it was a limited edition. I don't know if it is still around, but I went ahead and picked it up. The artist mixed Killian Jones from Once Upon a Time and, you know, what Captain Hook's really supposed to look like, and made this painting. My husband's walking in. And so that will be Tiki's. I'm not going to start it anytime soon. I've got to get the floss, and I want a floss sale and all that stuff. And I'd like to get Harry Potter done and Lady of the Flag done before I start him. So that will happen before I start him. Okay, so I got that. I couldn't remember if you guys had seen my last Fabric of the Month piece from Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics. I think it's called Calliope or Calliope. Calliope. I think it's Calliope. This is 32 count Lugana, and I think it's gorgeous. So there is that. And then I did get some Stitchy Kindness from a friend, and I didn't ask to say her name, so I'm just not going to. And it came on a day that I wasn't feeling very good. You know how that generally happens. And it brightened my day quite a bit. So she sent me this, which is a 18 count Mystic Ada fabric from Picture This Plus. Let's fold it in half so you're not seeing through it. So what I am thinking, see, it's a little lighter, it's more like that color. I'm thinking that the unicorn tapestry would look good on here. I know that the original fabric is lighter, but I'm thinking that unicorn tapestry would look good on here. What do you guys think? I'm thinking that the colors would pop off it even more with it being a little bit darker, but not 100% sure. So I need to see if it'll even fit. I think it will, but I'm not 100% positive because I haven't really looked. So I need to do that. And so thank you. You know who you are. This really did brighten my day, and I love it. Thank you so much. So I got that. And that is all my Stitchy haul. So I know we're already into May, but the only plans for Mania that I have is the week of Memorial Day. Me and Natalie are going to work on Lady of the Flag the entire week. So if you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome to do that. But that is what we're going to do for Memorial Day week. Okay, so now I'm having a brain fart and I should have looked it up. I already commented it on her comment, and I'm going to put it right here, who the winner of the chart from last week is. Be right here. I already commented it on her comment. So you won. Name right here. Congratulations. Make sure you get me your address. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to interrupt real quick. This time it wasn't the kids. It was the husband bringing me cookies. So, we're going to go ahead and continue. I don't even remember what it was. Cookies, guys. Cookies. I think we were at Lady of the Flag. No, we were at the giveaway. Again, name here. The person who won the giveaway. I am not going to do a giveaway this time just because my mind is in a million different directions, but we will do another one next time. I think that's all I have for stitching stuff. I do have book related stuff, and I know that's not for everybody. So if you don't want to book talk, it is a book unboxing. So a book box unboxing. That was a big chunk to say. So it does have other things, not just, book stuff. But if it's not your thing, I totally get it. Thank you for sticking around and stitching with me and listening. I will catch you next time. And if you want to stay, I will keep on yammering on while you're stitching. So, here we go. Okay. So, book talk. Sorry, cookies. Who can resist cookies? I can't. Okay, book talk. I finished this one. Seafire. Now, I have a mixed opinion about this book. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to read the sequel, if that says anything. Or I guess it's a trilogy, so I'm not going to read the other ones. If that says anything. So, I like certain things in a book. Like Julie says, I really like an enemies to lovers situation. But I don't need a romance in a book. And this book I went into knowing that there wasn't going to be a romance. I wanted it for the women piracy stuff. And I really struggled to get through this book. It was really like, you're going to get to the point. What's going on here? And then about 100 pages to the end of the book, she dangled a love interest in front of me. And I was like, hey, this is getting good. Okay, I'm glad I stuck this out and didn't DNF you, because I almost did. It wasn't for the pirates, and, you know, they say they're not pirates, but they're pirates. And the women and everything, I probably would have DNF'd you a long time ago, but hey, you're doing something I really enjoy. Let's do this. And she toys with it for about 25 to 50 pages, maybe. And then, poof, gone. Like, she decided to switch gears, but completely missed fourth gear and went back to first. You know, just put on the brakes, and everybody just kind of slammed into the windshield, right? Just. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, that's not going anywhere. Okay, I get it. Not everything gets out of first gear, right? Even though you revved this up to, like, you know, third, got us all ready. And then the storyline continued, and you started, you know, the last 100 pages, you expect the book to roll and get going, and it started taking that course, and then it eased up again. It's like she'd rev you up, and then off on the throttle. It's almost like she didn't know how she wanted to end the first book, which was very confusing for my brain. Especially after you dangled something that I really, really like, and then you pulled it from me, kind of ticked me off a little bit. And then, at the very end of the book, the main character does something stupid, and then that thing that she dangled in front of you, she dangles it one more time for a split second, and then ends this book in the middle of a battle scene. What just happened here? And then I thought, okay, maybe all the dangling and the revving of our engines in the back and the boo-doo-doo-doo, maybe it's the gear up for the next book. I can totally handle that. So I go to Goodreads. Doesn't look like that's the case at all. And I'm not the only one who seems to have, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I read too much into this. I do that. I've done that. Read too much into something in the book. Pun intended. And then, but I'm not the only one who seemed to have that opinion. And now that I've read what, you know, I already had a problem reading this book, and then you were going to throw one thing at me that I possibly was going to really enjoy, and then you're not going to do that, and it's possibly going to happen, and no. Nope. I just can't. So, not a big fan of this book at all. So, no. Okay. So I did, with the advice of Sam over at Craft Addict K, I did get Carry On. Now, she did say that there was a first book to this. I did read into it, and what it is a contemporary based in real life about a girl who's obsessed with this series of books and her coming of age story. And I'm not interested in that. I'm not a contemporary type of person. I'm a fantasy type of person. And this is the fantasy book she was obsessed with in the contemporary. So I have no problem jumping into this and being a little confused or asking Google, because she knows everything. So, and for right now, I haven't been confused at all. It is pretty, my opinion, so far. I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters into it, but like, what Harry Potter would have been if it was real life, like, that kid would have been messed up, man. You know what I mean? Would the aunt and uncle have actually taken him? Or would he have ended up somewhere else? You know, to me, it just seemed a little more like, dude's got problems, and Harry would have had problems. Dude probably should have saw a shrink, right? right? You got shoved under a closet for your entire life. I think you probably need therapy. So, like I said, I'm only 3 chapters into this book, but that's kind of how it hit me. So, yeah, that's where this is. I'm reading this one. I do tend to read multiple books at once. Drives my mom crazy. Okay, the other one I'm reading is Sarah Maas's new series, Crescent City. But the best part about this book is the new thing that I found. Look at my bookmark. It's a smushed rat. Okay, so I did not make him. I bought him. But he's hilarious. He's a smushed rat. I think he's a little bit too big. I did buy him at a... It's called the Honey Shack here in town. They carry artisan stuff, but they also carry like organic honey from local people, and then like they get in organic flowers and stuff you can't really get at our shop, so things like that. So they're considered essential because they carry food. But he was sitting there, and I just had to have him. He's just a smushed rat, and he's the best thing ever. It's the little things in life, right? So this just sits and just makes me giggle. So that's the other book I'm reading. But let's talk about the book box. So I've wanted to do a book box for a while, mainly because I'm not really in touch with the whole book scene. I like to read, I really do, but I'm really hard to please. And I've come to find what my genre is, but some of that stuff I really don't like. And I have a hard time picking books for myself. And so I thought I wanted a book box, but they're all like $40 plus. And that's just too much for me. That's too much. That's done. This book box was under the $40. And it's like the other book box unboxing, I was like, I'm never going to use 90% of that stuff. This one was recommended by Chelsea Palmer, which is a booktuber. And she has been getting this book box for 5 years. And so I went back through and looked at a lot of her book unboxings, and a lot of the stuff I was like, hey, 90% of that stuff I would love and I would use. Like she hasn't done a lot of these ones recently because she said she did a whole bunch in the beginning, but she did do their 5-year anniversary book box unboxing. And like one of the items was a Bluetooth speaker. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I can get on board with that. Let's give it a try. So I got the box. I believe it's $29.99 plus shipping, which puts it like under $40 for me. So I think that's what it is. So this is the box. I have already opened it because I was too excited not to. So let's go through what I got first. Okay. So I did get this. Ooh. This is their little owl. I think his name's Oswald or Osbert. Don't quote me on that. It's Oz something, I'm pretty sure. And it's all themed around the book. So, here, I'll tease you a little bit. So, all the books have a thing. Like this one is Full Moon Magic, and they all come with art, which I really like that they have local, or not local, but they work with artists to come up with designs for things in this. Now, this is the spoiler card about everything that was in it. And then it comes with a little book. Now this I thought was really cool. They put this together and it has an interview with the author. Now the book I got has a special edition cover. So this is the original. This is the cover I got. It is a signed edition and it has sprayed edges. It had a little word search. This is a interview with the artist that they used. They have a Spotify playlist for you to listen to, which I had to learn what Spotify was. But they've got this little booklet. Okay, back to this. So inside this is a bracelet with a moon, which I absolutely love. It's like a rose gold color, and I love, love, love it. Okay, so the bracelet. And then in this pouch, which says, a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight. So in this little pouch was this banner of the phases of the moon. And it's all wood. I'm going to hang it up over my vanity. So there's that. Now, see, that would be one of the items that I would say is an like, it's cute, but it's an But that bracelet is beautiful. And then they do exclusive pins for each month. They're numbered and everything. It's off its little card thing, but this is the one, and it's designed to the book of the month. Does it work better? Yeah, it does. And so there's the pin, which I'm a sucker for a good pin. And then we got a tote bag. That says, "The moon is a loyal companion." And this is a quote from the Ember and the Ashes book series. And I love this. I'm going to roll it up and put it in my backpack for swap meets and farmers markets this year. So I have a little bag to put things in. I love this. And it's actually made of really good quality material. And that's what I like. Sometimes you get the tote bags and they're so thin that they just tear. That's not going to happen with this one. Okay, then the whole reason when I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this book box is that they said that they were going to do a puzzle. And I was like, heck yeah, I love puzzles. Send me a puzzle. I'll pay for a puzzle. And a book? Yeah, I'll do that. And then they're like, oh, and one of the items is going to be inspired by Professor Lupin. And I'm like, what? Yeah, sign me up for Harry Potter. Professor Lupin's one of the cooler characters, like up there on the top 10 coolest people in Harry Potter. If not, maybe might be one of my... Ron's my favorite. Professor Lupin and Snape may be tied for my second spot. Anywho, so it turns out it was one and the same. They had an artist design it. So here's Professor Lupin. He's got his wand. He even has a gash across his nose. And it says, "Have a cozy night in and steer clear of werewolves with this 300-piece Moony jigsaw puzzle with artwork by Adeline Art, Owlcrate exclusive." So I'm super excited about this. It came in a nice, thick, heavy box. And it's super cute. I mean, a puzzle. That's something that I will use. And I really enjoyed this. So let's look at the book. So this is the book, Bone Crier's Moon. Bone Crier's Moon. Now, I know me well enough to know that I would have walked right past this book at a bookstore. Because I kind of wander around aimlessly. Like, I don't know what these book titles are. I'm not one of those people that go, ooh, pretty cover, and buy them. I kind of wander around and go, oh, this was recommended to me. And then half the time I get disappointed because it's not something that I like. Although I have to say, I've taken a lot of recommendations from Flosstubers and I've been very, very happy with those recommendations. This one I have loved. I got it on Saturday. Today is Tuesday. And I am like almost halfway through it. I'm 212 pages into it. So I'm loving this book. So here's the original. This is an Owlcrate exclusive cover. And then they put in an Owlcrate exclusive. So it talks about it being exclusive. And this is their own little page that had the spot for her to sign her name on it. And then my husband's first question was, well, then did they print the signature in? I don't think they did. I'm pretty sure they did not, because you can see the shadowing right here of her signature. So it has her signature in it. Oh, and it did come with, oh, I use it as a bookmark. So all of them come with the artwork and a letter from the author. And for those of you interested, so basically this book is about a matriarchy of women who are farriers for the dead. And they have to have graces given to them by animals that they wear their bones. And they get graces. But then for their rite of passage to prove to the gods that they are worthy, they have to kill their soulmate. And so it's a story about that. And it's fabulous. And I'm completely intrigued. So it is a YA book box. If my understanding is correctly, it is a YA book box. And if they keep on sending me books like this, I will be super happy. I like that they picked a book that I would love and that I had no idea existed. I had no idea about this author. I know she's a New York Times best-selling author. Like I said, I don't keep up with stuff like that, but she is. And I'm absolutely loving the book. It is going to be a duology. So, and this book came out this March, so I wouldn't expect the next book to come out until next year. But amazing, amazing, amazing book. So I think that's all I have. So if you're interested in this book box, I will put a link down below for a referral code, just so everybody knows. If you order through me, I get points, and if I get 3 referrals, I'll get a free book box. Don't feel obligated to buy a book box. That's just if you want it. The link will be down below. So that's now. They always put a spoiler card. Oh, I forgot a whole thing. Look, I forgot a whole thing. They did send us this too. which has With Freedom Books, Flowers on the Moon, Who Could Not Be Happy, Oscar Wilde. So this came too. Jeez, forgot a whole item. So excited about the book. And then May's box is Rebel Without a Cause, or With a Cause. Rebel Without a Cause. That's me. Rebel with a Cause is next month's book theme, and I do know that they will be including a second book, which will be a graphic novel. So we will be getting 2 books in next month's book box. So there's that. So I will leave a link below in case you're interested. Again, don't feel obligated. It's just there if you want it. I just wanted to be the disclaimer that that's what will happen. So happy reading to those who like reading, and I hope you check out that book because so far it's amazing. I will give you my reports when I finish reading the book, but so far it's wonderful. It's got my attention, and that's what matters. So everybody, happy stitching. Bye.